can you not love ferrets? Oh my God, every time I skip ahead, it gets cuter. Hey guys, it's Haley from The Modern Ferret, and this is the second video in our Ferret Outdoor Enclosure video series. In the first video, I kind of showed you guys what that space looks like outside, what we're working with. And in this video, I want to talk about some inspiration. I'm going to share some really cool people I found on the internet that are doing amazing things with their backyards for animals. I want to talk about some inspiration I found online, as well as I'm going to share some like chicken scratch things that I did with you guys to see if it seems like a good idea to you. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to share my screen with you and we're just going to go through different things. Okay, Albert, are you going to sit here? You me good? First, let's recap on what the backyard looks like. So this first picture, I put tape because I'm starting to see like, how would I say it? I'm starting to create paths of how I want different zones to be. So that's kind of what the tape represents. Okay, you can go. Favorite. Okay. So that's what this first picture is. And then these other ones are just different angles. So that's kind of like the weed situation we have on the ground. We have these little fence things, more rocks, stuff like that. A lot of grass, kind of like a big area to play with though. So that's kind of a recap of what we did in the last video. So the biggest things that I've been looking at inspiration-wise, number one has been dog parks. And most of the ones that I've seen online and then talked to people, it's more like just wide open spaces and then obstacle courses. Ferrets don't particularly love wide open spaces. I think it makes them feel vulnerable. So that's not exactly the direction that we want to go in. But I do kind of like the idea of some of these, let me see. Like this is like a computer rendering of obstacles, like going through tubes, agility courses, stuff like that. I think maybe we could do something that incorporates that could be cool. But that was kind of just more like a starting point for this. And then the next thing, which a lot of you actually recommended, was looking at catios, which are the coolest thing ever. Here's like some random ones that I found online. Usually they seem to be attached to part of the house. So like you can open a window, like in our office, for instance, and then the ferrets can go outside, but they're enclosed so that they can't get away. These areas are completely enclosed. Like you could leave the pets out there and they couldn't get out, ideally, or nothing bad could get in to hurt them. But they have these cool tunnel systems. And somebody has done this in the ferret community that I'll show you in a little bit. But these have been a huge source of inspiration. But one reason that I kind of went away from catios as a huge inspiration is that obviously cats are big climbers, right? They're very agile, you know, they land on their feet. They have these special mechanisms in their bodies that kind of prevent most of the time serious injuries when they fall or jump. They can land correctly. Ferrets, on the other hand, they struggle with that. They're not exactly, what's the word? They're good at climbing, I guess. They're not good at not falling. So the problem with building something like a catio where you have all these really cool levels and you really take advantage of vertical spaces is ferrets can fall pretty easily, and unlike a cat who knows how to land and make it work, a ferret could hurt themselves. We've actually had that happen to a friend of ours. So that's kind of a bummer with the catios. They look super cool, but we're looking for more low to the ground enrichment ideas and activities for the ferrets in this space, not so much vertical crawling spaces like catios. And then the next thing that I wanted to talk about was zoo exhibits are a huge inspiration for me. So, okay, I don't know if you guys can hear Albert in the back, but he's going through some mail I left on the floor. Excuse me, I'm trying to record a video. Hello? Hello. This is probably one of the coolest things on the planet, being a zoo exhibit designer. I think that would be a total dream job. They get to take into account the individual like physical attributes of each animal that they design for, and then they create a space that will be interesting for that animal. You know, primates love to climb and swing and can be high up and do all these interesting things. They're good at problem solving, so you can put puzzle-like things in areas that they're going to spend time in. Other animals are more ground dwellers, so you want to utilize that space better. So I tried to look at different zoo exhibits that I thought were really interesting. I think I'm on primate specifically right now, which again, primates are gonna utilize vertical spaces a lot more than a ferret would. So that's not really realistic for ferrets, but it's really cool to get a lot of inspiration from stuff like this. And see, they have these tunnel systems here. You guys see this? I think that would be so cool for the ferrets. Let's see, they have little ladders that they can climb. Just these really beautiful, extravagant spaces. So that was kind of another source of inspiration for the ferret enclosure. And then when I got more realistic about zoo exhibits, I thought, okay, what's an animal that kind of behaves similarly exhibit-wise to a ferret? And so I started looking at meerkat enclosures. And these ones, of course, utilize low to the ground areas. They have tunnel systems that ferrets would also enjoy. So this ended up being a huge source of inspiration. Let me see if I can find that photo from before. Oh, that's so cute. Look at him. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Let me think. Focus. So at the local zoo that we have, I know they utilize like PVC pipes for the meerkats to spend time in, tunnel systems. They'll make like little fake caves out of cement and like dirt and stuff like that. Let's see, that's a good one. But these are also animals that they're gonna want places to hide and to burrow into. So I think that's a really good place to get inspiration. Ooh, look, tunnel systems. I doubt we could do anything like this. I think, what is this? Ground squirrels, yeah, so that's not meerkats. But you know, the ferrets, they love tunnels, right? If that's one thing that we know about ferrets, is that they love tunnels. So if there's a way that we could do something like that, I think the ferrets would be in total heaven. Wow, these are really cool. Okay, so that was kind of the places that I looked for inspiration, I guess. And then the next thing I want to show you guys is I started looking heavily into rabbit huts, rabbit enclosures, because they're animals that are going to utilize tunnel systems as well. So I thought we could take a look at those. So like this one, for instance. So it seems like what they did is they buried a bunch of PVC or drain pipes into a mound and then put like some kind of sod or grass over it. So when the rabbits come in here, they can go into these tunnel systems and feel very safe. It also looks super cool. Here's some more of that. So they have a little hut where they spend their time, maybe, I think they have the food in there and stuff like that. And then, but look on the right, this amazing like dirt mound with, I think maybe that's a clay pipe or something. And the rabbits like really get to go into these natural habitats, and I just think it's incredible. So if you guys are thinking about building something like a ferret enclosure, I would really look into what people have done for rabbit enclosures, I guess, outdoor rabbit areas. This one I think is a catio. Again, a little bit different, but I think it's cool to show too. Okay, this is another one I believe was for rabbits. So I think this was from a like how to build a rabbit hut underground thing. But these hay boxes can come up and then you can access the inside of that pipe. So say your rabbit goes in there, you can't access them, you pick that up and you can get them pretty easily. This is another really important consideration for the ferrets. So say we end up burying tube systems throughout the backyard that they can play in, there will come a time where either we don't know where they are, that's super scary, or we know which tube they went into, but it's underground so we can't get to them. So if we end up doing something like that, we're gonna need to create easy access points where maybe like this picture, we have these little tubs that cover a hole in the pipe, but if we need to get to the ferrets, we can lift those up and reach our arm in. So I think this is a pretty cool idea. Let's see, I think this is a catio. I'm pretty sure I love this one because it has a water feature. I don't know if that's in our budget, but maybe someday in the future. Okay, this one's super small, but it has, it's an indoor enclosure for rabbits, I believe, and it has little buried tunnel systems in the grass. Now this, I think, was from a ferret meetup or a conference or something like that, and this is a tunnel racing system. So this is something I would love to do if we did ferret meetups. It would be cool if we had one area of the enclosure that was a relatively open space for different activities. And if we could set up little races like this and then invite like local ferret owners, I think that would be really cool. So this is something I really want to remember. Let's see, pictures of rabbits, and you can see their natural burrows that they have there. This, I guess, is from some ferret show. I want to say it was in Europe or something like that, but I think it's a little racetrack for them. That would be really cool to build. Let's see. So this is a pond. I got to look into how much ponds are to build, but I think if we could incorporate a pond somewhere, I think that would be so cool. And Moose hates water, so I don't really think he would enjoy it. But Newt and Albert might be more open to it, and I just think hearing like the trickling water while we're out there would be really beautiful. Okay, so now I think I'll talk about beyond the burrows, where there's spaces obviously where we're not gonna be able to put burrows. I was thinking if we can find a type of grass that doesn't look weedy when it gets super long, like this picture I think is pretty cool. The ferrets seem to love burrowing into long grass. They push it and they create like little tunnel systems in there. So I think that this would be a really cool thing to incorporate throughout the enclosure. Okay, the next picture I want to show you guys is this one that I found. So it seems to have some catio elements, like some of the other pictures that we saw, but I believe it's actually for rabbits, because if you look in the back of the picture, there's 3 rabbits there. And you can see what they did. So they buried these drainage pipes that we actually have the same ones. And then I don't know if they covered it in dirt or rocks or what, but they enclosed these little tunnels for the rabbits to go through. I think that'd be super easy to do. It looks pretty affordable to me. I think it looks really cool too. So this is a super inspiring picture that I want to keep in mind. Let's see, okay, this is another rabbit exhibit. So this one has shelving a little bit, maybe too high up for the ferrets because I worry that they might fall. But what I like about this one is they have a little digging pit. I'm sure you guys know that ferrets love to dig. And so it would be cool if maybe we do a bunch of plants, but then in one area we just have like a dirt pile or a sand pile where the ferrets can dig to their heart's content. I think that would make them really happy. I think this is another racing photo that I found online that would be really cool to do. And then, okay, this is way bigger than our backyard, beyond probably the scope of what we can do, but I just thought it was so relaxing that it has these little zones, these little like pond areas with these plants that are growing into it, and then water that I think there's like a low enough slope that the ferrets could safely walk up to the water, drink, maybe splash in it. Maybe we could do something like that on a smaller scale. Okay, so this is another rabbit exhibit that I saw. Was this at a zoo or maybe like a local center? Sanibro in India, okay. So see here, they've built these mounds and then dug holes out of them and tunnel systems for the rabbits to live in. And I think the ferrets would really enjoy that. I just need to find out what is a structurally sound dirt, sand, something material that I'm not worried that the tunnels are gonna collapse while they're in there. Okay, here's another mound. So clearly I have like a one-track mind. I just want basically to make some tubes. I wanna bury them, put mounds over it, call it a day. I think that's like what all these pictures are now that I think about it. There's more of it. This is another catio with a water feature. More rabbits, more rabbits. Isn't this cool though? Wouldn't this be really cool to do? More of that. Did I go through them again? Okay, we're back at the beginning. Ooh, my sketches. Okay, so obviously super rough, but this is a chicken scratch version of the backyard. We've got this tree, and then we've got the 2 layers, and I was kind of thinking we have a fence on top of the last layer, and then we create all these mounds around the trees, and then we put tunnels in there, and it's like this zoo exhibit where the ferrets can constantly be burrowing and getting lost in these mound systems. And then behind the garage, we have like this strip of stuff we don't know what to do with. I was thinking we could do like a fully enclosed ferret area there where we could actually leave the ferrets overnight because it's like completely enclosed. They can't dig out of it, nothing can get in. Maybe we have like a little chicken coop type thing that they can sleep in to feel safe. I don't know. Okay, so this one I went a little crazy with my cross hatching, but what I wanted to show with this one, if you see this like top-down view I have in the bottom left corner, I wanted to create these zones where we could plant like long grass that I'll show you guys in a second, and create these areas between the paths where the ferrets could really like get lost and kind of like have a lot of hiding opportunities and not feel like they're way out in the open. And then let's see, we relocated the table to the back corner because I noticed that we actually have way better visibility when we're back there. So I think I would feel a lot safer if basically no matter where I looked, I could see 100% of this ferret enclosure, so I could know without a doubt where each ferret is. That would make me feel a lot more comfortable. Oh, and then, okay, some idea I have, and this is in like the top middle of the picture, perimeter reroutes back to burrow mound. Okay, so one thing that I've noticed that's kind of a bummer when we take the ferrets out to a space that's enclosed in any way, no matter how big it is, the ferrets find the edge, they go to the perimeter, and they try to get out. And you're like, I'm about to build you like a 1,200 square foot ferret park, and all you want to do is get out? Like, what? It doesn't make any sense. I can't make it any bigger. How's this not enough? So what I think that we might try instead, and this is separate from the dig barrier that we've talked about, but what I was thinking is maybe we can partially bury tubes around the whole perimeter of this ferret park and then have little openings every once in a while so that, and maybe it's like partially buried, but the ferret digs, and then they feel successful because they get into this partially buried PVC pipe, and then it just reroutes them back into the yard. Because right now what happens is the ferrets just want to dig and get out of the yard, and I want to reroute them back into it, because if we're going to put this much time, care, money into this space, I want them to enjoy being in it, right? So that's kind of what that perimeter thing is. Let me see what else we have. Burrow mounds, place to eat, decoy perimeter, that's what that is. Veggie garden, so that's separate than the whole ferret concept that we're working on, but now that we're working on this backyard project, I can't help but think it'd be really cool to grow our own vegetables and get that kind of thing going, but that is like a whole nother thing. Hammock, Channing and I put a hammock between the two trees, and we're getting really used to that, so that's something. Dartboard, cornhole, ferret cage, pond, right? Okay, so we wanted some entertaining stuff besides the ferrets being there. If we have friends over, have like some games that are there. Pond, I've been looking at ponds that are incredibly extravagant. They look pretty expensive, but maybe there's an affordable way that we can create some like mini pond in our backyard. That's kind of on the wish list right now. Okay. Now that I showed you guys the inspiration that I've come up with so far, I wanted to show you guys some ferret owners that are building incredible things in their own backyard spaces. And I think you guys will find their stuff really inspiring. So number one is Mary's Ferrets. I don't know if you guys have heard of her. Can somebody comment below where she's located? Because I'm not exactly sure. One person said Sweden, but I just want maybe a couple other people to comment on that because I don't know where she lives. But her videos are incredible. Channing and I literally watch them if we're stressed out. We'll like put them on our big TV and just sit calmly and watch her. Like this video right now is like 20 minutes long, and it's just her ferrets like exploring in their natural habitat with this giant enclosure she built them. So I'm gonna see if I can find some good parts to show you guys. So let's see, whoops. Oh, there they are, they're so cute. Okay, so this is the enclosure that she has. Again, this is Mary's Ferrets, this is not ours, but it's huge. And she has these anti-climbing barriers on the top that I see. And then now we see she has this pond. Oh God, can you imagine if we could do something like this? Oh. Okay, seems like early springs are still a little cool stuff. Whoops, I keep on the wrong video, sorry guys. Okay, so that's what the enclosure looks like. She's got these see these holes? I don't know if she dug the holes or if the ferrets dug them themselves, but her ferrets are always going in and out of those. She's got these logs for them to go in, little bumblebees. Look at her, oh, so cute. Okay, so her border looks like it's cement, so that's important to keep in mind. Aren't they just so cute? Oh my God, you are so cute. But you see how much space she has? And then she has really utilized this space to be full of tunnel and burrow systems. It's not open, flat nothingness. She has mounds, tunnels, logs, all kinds of things for them to hide under, climb over, interact with. So I think that's something that we really got to keep in mind. Oh my God, they are so cute. I could literally sit here and watch the whole thing. but you guys should go check out her channel. Yeah, her stuff is okay. Yeah, there he goes. Oh, there's not. Yeah. Okay. Bye. Oh my god. Oh, if we could build something like this. Okay, so look, she's got the logs, but they don't seem to go too high up. What is that? 2 feet max, probably? So even if they fall, they're not gonna get hurt. Oh, look at you up there. Okay. Oh god, every time I skip ahead, they're just like with their cute little, oh, look at it, oh no. Oh my gosh. Oh! God, they're so cute. How can you not love ferrets? Oh my god, every time I skip ahead, it gets cuter. Okay, I know we're talking about building stuff, but I can't stop watching. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, bye-bye. Oh my god. Okay, she's got these burrow systems. I mean, how can I build something like this? Hello. Oh my god, my heart is melting. Oh, it's fine. I don't know if all the vegetation was there before she enclosed it, and that's why it's like these strong, big plants, or if she brought them all in. I'm not really sure. They look so natural. It looks like a totally natural woodland area. But, you know, how can we replicate that in our own backyard? Oh my gosh, you have so much dirt on your nose. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There we go then. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Oh, look at that little climbing. God, they're so cute. Okay, focus. But you guys can see how incredible this space is, right? It's just, I mean, it's out of this world. It's so cool. It's like we stumbled across these wild woodland creatures and we happen to be seeing them, and she built this all herself. So how do we make our enclosure this amazing is what I want to know. Okay, I will try not to watch the whole video. God, they literally are so cute. Look at their little faces. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, it looks like Moose when he was a baby. He's so cute. You see him sneeze. Digging. Digging is important. I don't know if I mentioned that before. I'd like to create a lot of opportunities for the ferrets to dig. Oh my gosh, this is the cutest video I've ever seen in my life. Okay, focus. So she has a bunch of stuff to climb on, but oh look, see, they're drinking out of the water. That's what I was talking about. How can we incorporate a low budget at this stage pond area for the ferrets maybe to drink? That would be pretty cool. So again, this is Mary's Ferrets videos. Gosh, look at that. Oh my gosh, so cute. So please check out her channel. Her stuff is incredible. Now, the next person I want to talk about that has incredible inspiration is this Instagram called Creatures of Uki. So he or she does incredible stuff also. They build these complex systems. Like, look at this. How cool is this? All about DIY stuff, always inventing stuff constantly. I just think it's absolutely incredible. Wow, that is so cool. So definitely check out their Instagram page. I'll make sure to link also to their page. They had a cool tunnel system. I mean, honestly, everything on their page is cool. But they have these little bridging systems. Let me see. What's this? You see that? So they'll put out these little toys for them to play with, and the ferrets just go crazy over them. They're constantly experimenting and making these really cool DIY things. So we could learn a lot from Creatures of Uki also. I think that would be cool. So that's another page that I really recommend you guys check out. We will be checking out both this one and Mary's Ferrets as we continue to optimize our backyard enclosure. But I think that's where I'm gonna leave this video today. With basically the inspiration of where we want to take this space, my super rough sketches, and that should be it. Next video, what I'm going to show you guys is we actually met with a landscape designer who knows way more than we do about a lot of things, and I want to show you guys what she came up with. She was so into this idea, and we called around. We called around to multiple landscape design companies, and as soon as we told them the premise, like, yeah, it's for ferrets, it has to be completely enclosed, pet safe, yada yada, they're like, that's too weird, we don't do anything like that. But this woman and her company, she was like, that is so cool. That is epic. Let's do it. So she met with us. She came up with this phenomenal plan. And that is where I'm going to leave this video. And I hope you guys check out the next one, because that is where this starts really getting good, like totally coming to life. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if this is Weaselly, the coolest project that we could be working on right now, make sure to like and subscribe so that you can follow our progress. All right, bye guys. Talk to you later.